guys and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be my September check-in for my low-buy, which turned into a no-buy last month. For somebody who's on a no-buy, I acquired quite a few things this month, but I didn't yet break my no-buy. So I'm happy that I've not broken my no-buy, and also I'm happy that I have got new things. Some of these are Christmas presents from Erin, like early Christmas presents. Some of it's stuff that she's decluttered, some of it's stuff that I got with points, and some of it's stuff that I needed in my collection. So the box is too big for me to pick up, but it's full. It is the pretty box that I use for these videos. I just wish I could show you without dropping everything. I'm really scared because there's like eyeshadows right on top here. So I'm just going to pull this from the box. Whatever's on top comes first. There is no order to this. I will explain what happened about that particular item when I get to it, and then we'll move everything to my desk so that it's not balanced precariously on my lap. So the first item that Erin got me for Christmas is the Oden's Eye Alva 2 eyeshadow palette. I saw this and immediately knew that I wanted it. Desperately wanted it. And then I got the Huda Retrograde palette and I was like, right, that's it. I cannot buy anything else. And then Erin was like, oh, do you want anything else for Christmas? And I was like, oh my god, can I have this palette? And she's like, yeah, sure. Because I got her some nail polishes. I got her the Pumpkin Pie palette and some nail polishes, and we sort of like to equal out the value. So she got me this. This is the first thing of two things that she got me. I'm in love with this eyeshadow palette. I've not used it on my eyes yet, but I have swatched it a few times and it's just stunning. This blue here is just unbelievable. I have to have this blue all over my lid at some point. It's just gonna have to happen. So I'm really happy about this one. Thanks, Erin. Oh, let me swatch this for you. It's just beautiful. Let me see if I can... It's just wonderful. It's just the best cobalt blue I've ever seen, ever. So can't wait to use that. Thank you to Erin for getting me that. The next one is something that she's kind of decluttered and given to me, and it is like a Z palette, so it's magnetic and you can just put in your depotted eyeshadows here. She has decluttered to me these three, which I believe are Clionadh Cosmetics eyeshadows. This one is Natasha Denona Silk, I believe the shade is called. She got the full bronze palette, so she didn't need this when she was given a sample for making an order. These two are from the order that we placed with Sydney Grace, the Christmas in July. We got a bunch of free goodies for doing that, and these two came as part of the free goodies. Polished Silver and Dusk are those two. This bronzer smack bam in the middle is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer that I depotted because it came with the Christmas collection, you know, the snowman head from last year. It had a highlighter next to it. The highlighter was way too dark for my skin, so Erin's taken that and I depotted the bronzer so that she could have the highlighter and take it away with her while she was here. So that's just what that is, and this was the only palette that had space in it. This eyeshadow is one that she deposited to me. I can't remember what brand she said these were, but this is called Sea Serpent. These three are my Urban Decay Heavy Metals that I deposited a while ago, and then the four at the bottom are the same brand as this one. So we have Elf, Nixie. If anyone knows what these eyeshadows are, by the way, let me know. Werewolf and Chameleon Ghost, I think that says. So that's those. There's this one, which is Pixie Dust, and the last two purples here are also Sydney Grace shadows that we got as part of the Christmas in July that we did together. Deliverer and Awake. So that's what's in that palette. This is gonna stay like this for a while because every other magnetic palette that I have is full. So this is just gonna have to stay like this until I shuffle some things around. I'm using one of my magnetic palettes as my Pan That palette right now, and there's a lot of gaps and space in that, so I could probably move some things around once that particular project finishes, but this is gonna stay like that for now. So thank you, Erin, for passing those on to me. Let's do this one first because it's easier. So the next thing that she gave me was some eyeshadows that she was decluttering, which which I have put into this Revolution Pro palette. So this is one that you've seen before. So these red tone shades are the ones that I got from Revolution that I hauled in my previous video. A couple of these were from before, from where I've repressed. There's only like 3 or 4 new ones in here, so I'll pull them out for you. So there's this cream shade here, which is Outer Luck by Colourpop. There's this one next to it, which is Crisscross by Colourpop. There's this beautiful white prismatic type shadow from Terra Moon Cosmetics, and this is Snow Globe. This pink one, which is Say I Do from Colourpop. There's this teal, which is from that other company. This is Basilisk, and this last one is number 83 from some unknown brand. So she decluttered those to me, so I'm really happy to have those, and my rainbow palette is finally full. And it was so full that I also have a secondary rainbow palette. This one's more like earthy tones, whereas this one's more like fiery tones or bright colours, I think. And this one completely just entirely has Sydney Grace eyeshadows in here. So I bought 2 bundles, and she just did the order so that we could get the maximum amount for our money for the Christmas in July situation. So I just passed her the money, and then she did the order, and then we got a bunch of free stuff. So I got the Raspberry Kiss bundle, and I'm just looking at the Sydney Grace website on my phone, and it doesn't tell me the name of what shadows come in this bundle, but it is this one that looks like that. So some of these purples will be from that. And I also got the other bundle, which is called the Mountain, I believe. Mountain Trail, and that one looks like this. So that is these yellowy green things here. And then the rest of them, so these blues, this top row, was all free, and these orangey ones down here were also all free from the Christmas in July thing that we did. So I'll just go through them this way, and I'll just read out the names for you, and we'll maybe do some swatching. So the first one is Under the Sea, which is like this sort of deep green shade. And then there's this teal shade, which is Palm Trees. And then there's a teal matte shade, which is Thrilled. This one is Aqua Fever. This one is Perfect Vacation. This one is Marine Waters. And this one is Oasis. And the last one is Deep Waters. Let's swatch a couple from each row. So for this row, I think I will go with this green, which is this one here, and this teal, which is that one there. So that's what those two look like. So far they seem to be swatching really well, so looking forward to trying those. So the next row then, we have Lost, Trailhead, To Earth, Wildlife, Escape, Light My World, Be the Sunshine, and the last one, Tiger Tail. So I think I'm going to swatch this gold one here and this orange one here. Oh wow, that's actually more green than gold. I mean, it looks like a greeny gold in the thing, but when you actually swatch it, it looks more green than gold. But that's those two there. So the next row is Shine Bright, Treasure All, Trust, Be Kind, Dream Big, Backwards, Dirt Road, and Peach Crush. So for this row, I think I'm going to swatch this cranberry shade here, and maybe matte this time, maybe this green. Okay, that cranberry swatched beautifully. And the green is more of a brown when you actually swatch it, but that is those two. And the last row then, we have Aim High, Laughter, Role Model, Plummet, Keep Smiling, Rustic, Amber, and Peanut Butter. This time, which ones? What have we had so far? Okay, let's go more like peachy. So let's do this matte and this matte. So this peach at the bottom, the peanut butter one, and this pinky tone over here. And that is what those two look like. So those are the Sydney Grace eyeshadows that I purchased / acquired with the Christmas in July sale, thanks to Erin's ordering and delivering to my house. So now we can go back to the box and resume the haul. So another thing that Erin got me for Christmas was the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette. I mentioned that I would be getting this from Erin in a previous video, and it has actually arrived, so I'm really happy to say that I have this now. I kind of want to swatch it, but at the same time I'm aware that I have 100 million swatches on my arm already. So we will swatch Raw Energy and Oho, Unsure. And that is that one, and that is that one. They're beautiful, beautiful shades. I've yet to use them on my lid. Apparently you're supposed to use them with your fingers. I don't know about that. We'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. Probably more than likely I will just use a wet brush or something and see if they apply that way. If I have to use my finger, I will use my finger. We all know I hate sticking my fingers into something, so if I can find a way that I don't have to use my finger, then I'll do it that way. But yeah. Something that she decluttered was the white peach. So what happened was, you'll probably know that Too Faced had this on sale with their most recent sale, and it was going for really, really cheap, and it didn't add anything to the shipping costs. So I thought, well, it's one that I've always wanted and just haven't taken the plunge to get, and it's on sale and I have to pay for shipping anyway. Let's spread out the shipping cost over 3 palettes rather than just the 2 pumpkin pie palettes. So I said to Erin that I was contemplating getting this, and she turned around and said, well, you can just have mine because I'm not using it. So she said that she's used this once and just doesn't reach for it. It doesn't inspire her, she doesn't want it. So she passed it on to me. So I'm really happy to have this in my collection. It's probably something you've all seen a million times by now, so we won't bother swatching this one. Another thing that she passed me, which I'm really, really excited about and really happy about, is the Too Faced Natural Love palette. This palette is the only palette that I have ever regretted not buying. Seriously, it is the only palette that after it was discontinued, and well, it sold out, and then obviously it was limited edition, so it wasn't like discontinued, but this is the only palette that I desperately, desperately wanted. She has depotted a few shades here, but I don't mind that because it was mostly the rest of the shades that I was interested in. But I'm so happy to finally have this in my collection. You cannot understand how great it feels to have an eyeshadow palette that I've been wanting for forever. What happened was, I was like, I'm not paying £52 for an eyeshadow palette, I'm just not doing it. And this was back before my collection was as big as it is now. So I just didn't do it, I didn't take the plunge, and I regretted it thereafter for years and years and years. And even when the Natural Lust palette came out, I was like, I am not having a repeat of what happened with the Natural Love. I am buying this Natural Lust immediately, which is why I got that one. So I'm really, really happy that this is now mine. And she knows how much this means to me as well, which is lovely. Another palette that Erin was decluttering, which just didn't work for her, is the Colourpop Wild Nothing. I tried this while she was here, and she said that it suited me way better than it suited her. So she has kindly passed this along to me. You probably all know what this looks like as well. When I was using it, I used sort of these 2 brown shades, a peach in the crease and this green like all over like 2/3 of my lid. So I really enjoyed the look that I made from it, but I'm looking forward to playing with it more. And as I mentioned, I did buy the pumpkin spice palette, pumpkin pie palette, whatever it's called. That's what that one looks like. I'm late to the party on this one. I know I'm late to the party on this one, but I did order it as soon as it was released on the Too Faced website. It just took forever and a day for it to get here because customs and COVID and various other reasons that I'm unsure about. But I'm so happy that I finally have it, and I've been playing with it. I played with the purples, I played with the greens. It's just a wonderful, wonderful palette. That palette was part of my exceptions to my no-buy. Like, I was allowed to buy it. I allowed myself that if I was going to break my no-buy, it would only be for this palette. So that is why I bought that one. And then when Erin was here, we went shopping. So I got some exfoliating gloves because I need some more of these, and I thought I would just show you. Some other things I picked up in town were this dry shampoo, which has been recommended to me, is really good, better than Batiste for fine hair, because even though it still gives you the cast through fine hair, whereas the Batiste can be quite overpowering, domineering in terms of like your root hair and the white cast that it gives. So I'm looking forward to trying this. It is expensive. I think Batiste is like £1.50. This is like £3.99. So it is expensive, but if it works and it works well on my fine hair, then I will definitely go with this, especially now that my hair is a lot darker than it was before. So that is that. And I did also spend some Boots points and got some nail polishes, because these are the Essie Fall Collection nail polishes, and I've been eyeing these up for ages, but of course I was on my no-buy, so I wasn't allowing myself to get them, and I was just going to pass up on them. But then when I was in the shop and realised I had enough points because they were on buy one get one half price, I did get the 2 nail polishes. So we got the green one in Heart of the Jungle and the orange in Don't Be Spotted, and that is what those look like. When we were in town, I did also get some bath bombs, which I'm not going to show you because I don't know the names of them. I don't normally get mine put into separate bags and then labelled and then all nicely packaged because I feel like it's a massive waste of packaging, and I'm not going to keep them stored like that in their little individual bags with the label on. So I just like get one big paper bag and put all the bath bombs in one bag and then take it to the till and then explain to them obviously that like I like to save on, I don't want to create too much recycling, they're paper bags, and they're normally like really happy that I've done that. I don't know, but yeah, that's why I'm not going to show them to you, because one, I wouldn't be able to tell you what they are, and two, they're not all nicely packaged, they're all in one like giant bag. So there's some other stuff in my box, but it's just stuff that Erin has decluttered. I haven't purchased, but it's not eyeshadows. I feel like Erin definitely gave me a lot of eyeshadows, which by the way, we recounted and took out all the pressed glitters that were in palettes and all the cream or super shock shadows that were in palettes, because I was previously counting them as pressed eyeshadows in my eyeshadow count rather than in my cream count or in my glitter count. So we worked out that I have less eyeshadows than I thought I did. I think I'm at 985 eyeshadows that don't include pressed glitters or the cream shadows that you can sometimes get in Colourpop palettes. So I am under 1,000, but I'm not desperate to go out and buy something, and I'm still considering myself on a no-buy. It just means that if something does come up when I'm allowing myself either the Christmas Eve shopping with Erin, which isn't going to be Christmas Eve because she's working, it's going to be a different day, or Black Friday, it does mean that I can get an eyeshadow palette and I don't have to restrict myself that way anymore. But I'm still on my no-buy just because I have the space. I'm not going to go out and buy an eyeshadow palette just to fill to the 1,000 eyeshadows. So a lot of the stuff that she passed on to me is masks, because apparently she acquires masks and then doesn't use them. So we have the Beauty Imbalance Detox Peel-Off Mask. This is an active charcoal peel-off mask, you know, the black mask which you peel off. I'm looking forward to trying this. I have another one in my cupboard and it didn't really do anything. It definitely made my cheeks feel softer. It didn't hurt when I was peeling it off though, and it definitely didn't clear out my pores. So we will see what this one does or feels like. I have the Arad Natural Beauty Facial Mud Mask. This has come from TK Maxx and is basically halfway done, but I'm looking forward to trying this. I do enjoy a mud mask. I have combination oily skin, so always happy to have one of those. And the last mask that she gave me is this Antipodes Aura Manuka Honey Mask, which again is another clay mask, I believe. She said it was kind of like a clay mask, but it was more like a cream mask with like oils and stuff. But I don't know if it dries down or... But it's for the same thing. It's for like oily, acne-prone skin, basically. So happy to have that as well. Oh, there was one thing which I asked her to pick up for me because she went to the Too Faced shop in London. This is the Too Faced Glitter Glue eyeshadow primer. I do already have this. This is a backup for me. I paid for this. I gave her the money because my glitter glue is like really pretty much empty now. So I have a new one of these. I love this eyeshadow primer, and I would have ordered this on Boots if she'd not been in the shop or whatever. Then I would have just ordered this for myself to pick up because, as I said, the one I have is like pretty much done. So I have the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. This came in the Lorac the Lorac Gold Unzipped Gold palette. I was in the States and I was in Ulta, and I asked Erin, do you want me to pick up anything? And she said, pick me up with some Lorac eyeshadows because we can't get Lorac over here, like it just doesn't ship here. So while I was in Ulta, I picked up a palette and it had this in it, and she tried it and she didn't like it, so it's now been passed to me. I also have this sample card of the Charlotte Tilbury foundation. This is the Light Wonder Youth Boosting Dream Skin Foundation in the fair shades, so I'm looking forward to trying that. I have the I Heart Revolution Fixing Spray in Guava and Rose. And the last two items are makeup items, and there is the Colorish Shine L'Oreal lipstick in the shade Topless. And it's just this kind of pinky nude shade. And the last item is this Ulta Gel Eyeliner. I don't know if you know or if you've seen a previous video. I talked about this. I hauled this when I went to Ulta and I really enjoyed it. And I was kind of sad that I didn't pick up multiples because I really enjoyed it. And who knows the next time I'm going to the States. So she actually gave me hers. And and it's just a black gel eyeliner. And that is everything that I acquired / purchased in the month of September. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I haven't actually broken my no-buy because people gifting me things doesn't count towards my no-buy, and buying stuff that's replacements doesn't count towards my no-buy, and buying stuff on points doesn't count towards my no-buy. So I have actually managed to acquire all of this stuff without breaking my no-buy, and I don't feel mad about it, to be honest. I am going to put it away, and then maybe I'll feel a bit better once it's all away in its various locations, because right now it was just kind of a bit all over the place and on my desk and getting in the way. So I'm going to go and put all this stuff away, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks so much for watching this video. Take care, and I will see you very soon. Bye!